He is 73 years old and he is weeping in public. Why? Is he mourning the victims of a terrorist attack? Is he crying over children starving in famine? No. He is breaking in tears because for 72 hours the government tried to make it illegal to marry little girls. Let that sink in. Crying over a law that tried to make marrying little girls illegal. Welcome to the Dark Side of Islam series, where each week we feature a video from around the world to examine raw and filtered conflict between religion and human rights. We aren't here to tiptoe around sensitive feelings. We are here to ask a brutal question. Why does protecting a child from exploitation trigger outrage from religious leaders? Stay right where you are, because what this parliament did next will shock you.
This video shows a 73-year-old man sobbing in public, but not over heartbreak, death, hunger, or displacement. He is crying over a bill that for a brief moment tried to prevent him from being able to marry a child.
Be accepted. People are being misled. Fear Allah, fear Allah. Let us fear Allah and prevent these matters.
On October 1st, Somalia's federal parliament made history, if only for a few hours, by joining 51 other African nations in ratifying the charter, which mandates a minimum marriage age of 18 years. The move was hailed as progress by international rights groups, including Save the Children and UNICEF, and aligned Somalia with the decades-old global treaties aimed at protecting girls from exploitation, health risks, and interrupted education.
The chairman confirmed that 145 members approved it, 10 members rejected it, 30 abstained, therefore the decision is valid.
On October 1st, 2024, Somalia made history. Parliament voted to recognize 18 as the minimum age of marriage, bringing the nation in line with global child protection standards. For 72 hours, child rights won. Then came the backlash. Clerics flooded the street and the mosques, screaming that protecting 12-year-olds was a betrayal to Islamic Sharia law.
However, the bill only lasted for 72 hours. By the time the ink dried, clerics in Mogadishu had taken to the streets, mosques, and media, blasting the reform for importing Western morality under the guise of human rights.
The law that is being referred to was passed by the federal parliament, and according to it, children reach adulthood at 18, or 18 as you know it. But for us, as Muslim men and women, as believers, male and female, it does not concern us. What happened is that we believe in the Islamic Sharia, which is the word of Allah, and the words of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. That is what we believe in, and this law that says children reach adulthood at 18 is contrary to Islamic Sharia. It opposes it, it is against it. Therefore, it does not concern us as Muslim men and women, as believers, male and female. It does not concern us. I am telling you this loudly and clearly. It does not concern us. And why? Because it goes against Islamic Sharia.
If you want unvarnished, evidence-based truth that the mainstream media is too afraid to cover, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next analysis. We pull zero punches here. And trust me, you need to hear the exact justification these religious leaders gave on camera.
Yesterday was indeed a dark day for Somalia, a truly profound day of darkness. The decision that was made by the parliament yesterday is simply and utterly unacceptable. We are Muslims. 100% of us are Muslims. Somalis fear God. This matter requires intervention. Our Somali scholars, our respected scholars, you are the heirs of the prophets. We always listen to your words. What happened? Why is there silence about this issue? Where is Sheikh Sumo? Is he not alive? Is Sheikh Shakir not alive? Please, our scholars, do not let us down. And fear God, fear Allah. Oh Allah, guide us back. Sheikh Mohammed Malin Abshir Sheikh Nur Ali Jim Ali War Ilahi Sheikh Abdul Razak Ashari Fear Allah, let us fear Allah and prevent these matters. These are not issues that can be accepted. For 8 or 10 years, the nation has been in a state where their children reach maturity. I cannot agree with this. The Prophet, peace be upon him, and the Muslims instructed us not to oppose the Muslims. We were told not to oppose them. If they had feared Allah, they would not have committed this and would have been imprisoned.
By October 4, 2024, the government caved in to the religious elite and completely rejected the law. Think about that. The law didn't ban prayer. It didn't ban mosques. It simply said protect children. Shockingly, to these clerics, that was unacceptable. What kind of God do these people worship that wouldn't like young girls to be protected from exploitation? What kind of religion is this? And what sort of clerics are these? It gets worse. Here is what the cleric said, outward, without the thread of shame.
What it means is that reaching puberty is determined by certain signs called the signs of maturity. For a girl, if she sees her period, even if she is 9 or 10 years old, if she experiences normal menstruation, she has reached maturity. Similarly for a boy, if he has a wet dream and experiences ejaculation, that is also a sign. If he sees semen from himself, then he has reached maturity. Even if they haven't shown any other signs yet, they are considered to have reached puberty. Also, what the Islamic law ultimately holds is that one reaches puberty at 15 years old, or earlier if the signs of puberty appear, whether in a boy or a girl. That is the ruling. Sometimes boys and girls reach puberty at 10 years old. This is a law among non-Muslims, but look, for us, those who believe in Islam, we follow the word of Allah. The message that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad is what Muslims believe in, and it is the foundation of Islam. Other things do not concern us. It never concerns us, no matter what happens. For me, I only believe in what is called faith, and that is what is written in our Sharia. Whatever contradicts it, we oppose and reject. It does not concern us. Do you want to bring it to us? But we are not afraid, and it has no meaning for us. You are not responsible for us, nor have you been made responsible for us. Do not deceive yourselves by thinking otherwise. Those things do not concern us. What matters to us is what is in Islamic Sharia. That is the meaning.
Read that logic again. They are actively claiming that a 9-year-old child, a 3rd grader, who gets a period, is ready to be a wife to a grown man. They dismiss modern science, medicine, and human development as Western morality. Now, let's destroy the lie right now. Biological puberty is not adult maturity. A 10-year-old child cannot drive, vote, or sign a legal document. And yet, under the interpretation of this Sharia, she can be handed over to an adult man. When an ancient dogma overrides biological reality, vulnerable children pay the price. But if you think that this is just a debate over words, wait until you hear what is happening to these little girls behind closed doors. This isn't theory. This is a human tragedy unfolding every day. In Somalia, 36% of the girls are married before age 18, 17% before age 15. In March 2025, an 8-year-old girl in Bosaso had to be hid for 6 months. Think about it, 6 months, just to escape forced marriage. Listen to what these young brides face.
This bill, which will be applied in this country, which will affect the most vulnerable and the most poor, right? And the men and women who are passing this bill, rest assured, if anything happens, they will not be subjected to this bill, right?
Meanwhile, feminist hashtags like End Child Marriage Somalia surged across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Many pointed to the March 2025 scandal in Bosaso, where an 8-year-old girl had been rescued from a forced marriage after hiding for 6 months.
Most of the women and girls here were married at 13, and perhaps by 20 they are divorced with 4 or 5 children. The man divorces her or beats her.
My husband would go out to search for some food, then he would return home empty-handed and beat me, demanding why I hadn't prepared lunch for him. But I had nothing to cook.
The story went national and was cited in Parliament during the initial push for reform. According to UNICEF, Somalia has one of the highest child marriage rates in the world. 36% of girls are married before 18, 17% before 15. These marriages often result in school dropouts, early pregnancies, childbirth complications like obstetric fistula, and entrenched poverty. A psychocritics argue the new bill, if enforced, could have helped disrupt.
This is why those tears were shed to protect. This isn't culture. This isn't tradition. This is systematic child abuse hidden behind a religious cloak. When religious tradition demands that child protection laws be scrapped, who really wins? Not the children, only men holding onto obsolete power. Do you think such an act is from a loving God? Comment below. Remember, each week on the dark side of Islam, we feature a new video exposing where religious doctrines collides with human rights. Subscribe right now so that you don't miss the next episode on the dark side of Islam. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Does religious freedom ever overrides the protection of children? If you've enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and smash the notification bell so that you don't miss the next episode. To watch another video on religion and human rights, click the video on the screen right now.